So question 5 states that attainment of basic education is not growing in Western Europe for the last 20 or so years. How is this depicted on the graph, and why are the basic education levels constant in this region? So I managed to rotate this graph. It's a lot easier to read now. Western Europe is a darker green. So that's this line here. And they said that it's not growing for the last 20 years. There's the dark green line, and it does appear to be flat or horizontal, not growing any longer. So why is it not growing? Well, it can't grow anymore. It's already at 100%. So if you have 100% of your people going to school, you can't improve anymore. We could say that attainment has leveled off or plateaued. One region saw rapid growth in attainment between 1910 and 1940. Which region, and how can you tell? So between 1910 and 1940, this is the distinct outlier here. And this orange region is Eastern Europe. So between 1910 and 1940, Eastern Europe went from maybe 35 or 36% to over 90% attainment of education, which is a pretty dramatic change, and it really stands out compared to the rest of the world over that time period. How much did the attainment of basic education increase each year for the region in question? 6. Well, if we estimate it going from 36 to 93%, we can find the amount of change, 53%, 57% more, and then we can divide by the amount of time, 30 years, and we get 1.9% increase per year, or about 2% increase per year. So that's our rate of change process again. And here I outline it one more time. Amount of change in the quantity, amount of time, and then simply divide. So now go through the same process again, but for the world between 1910 and 1940. So if we look at our graph for the entire world, and I think I said to use the dark blue line. So if we use the dark blue line, this is the world average. Between 1910, looks like we're about at 35%, maybe just a smidge lower than the orange one was, so 35%. And then in 1940, I'm going to estimate it's about 46%. So there was an increase, it just wasn't as dramatic. So we can go through that process again. So I write down my 2 data points first, and then I subtract and say, okay, it's an 11% increase, 30 years have gone by, so 11 divided by 30 gives me 0.37% increase each year. So the rate of increase for the world isn't as big as it was for Eastern Europe over the same time period. Sorry about that.